Hey everybody, in this video, we are going to talk about chemo care and how you can use it to save your butt pretty much every patient session. If you haven't heard of chemo care yet, this is probably the most condensed central location when it comes to information about cancer therapies, cancer drugs. Yes, the name is chemo care, but this encompasses so many of the treatments that we will encounter as being a physical therapist who treats patients with a cancer diagnosis or with a history of cancer. And there's a lot of great tools on this website that I really love to use, but I'm going to highlight two of them that I use most often. So this first one up here is the search tool. And I use this when I come across some kind of medication, some kind of drug that I frankly haven't heard of, which is pretty often. Let's face it, there are, I think, over 100 chemotherapies on the market being used regularly for cancer these days. It's impossible to keep up with all of them. So don't put that pressure on yourself. Use chemo care because it really is such a fabulous tool. So I'm going to type in Erbitux. So this is a drug that I've seen, but maybe I haven't heard that much of. So I'm going to hit search and we're going to see what pops up. So it will populate with a few different search results here. And I'm just going to go to this top one that pretty much has the information I'm looking for. So at this point, you should be seeing a window that says Erbitux, and then the generic name is cetuximab, trade name, etc. And every single drug is organized like this. So what is it used for? How is it given? What are the side effects? And it even breaks down the side effects into what are the more commonly occurring side effects, the less commonly occurring side effects, and then some even rare complications that patients may need to be aware of. Now, even though this is written mainly for patients, this is very valuable for us as practitioners, especially when we need some of the quick and dirty information on these different cancer therapies. So again, these are some adverse effects that, may happen where you may need to contact the patient's oncologist, for example, how to take care of, yourself when you're on these different treatments. And then it even dives into how it works basically from a cellular level, which sometimes is cool if you want to dive into that, but you don't even have to go that far into it. So it's really, really great. And again, I am on here all the time looking up different drugs. Even if I know the drug and I want to know a little more about what are some of the side effects, maybe, is this a normal reaction or response to the medication? If I have a patient coming in with something kind of crazy, this is where I'm going all the time. So going back to the homepage of chemo care here. So again, that's the search tool that I love to use up here. And then we even have a managing side effects. And so you can go by, of course, you can use the search tool up here, but you can also go to a more category focused search. So for example, let's say I want to look up fatigue. I absolutely love that this is talking about cancer-related fatigue in some really basic terms that not only can the patient and the caregivers understand, but I can come in here and get some really quick information that can help me describe or talk to my patient about cancer-related fatigue in words that they're going to understand. This talks about what causes cancer-related fatigue. What are some other factors? How can we address it? And again, look at this. We have a fatigue assessment. That's us talking about, ways that we can combat cancer-related fatigue. And then even, amazing, the benefits of exercise and then what we can do here. So again, while it says chemo care, that's the name, this is far more than just chemotherapy. I'm on here all the time looking up different targeted therapies, looking up immunotherapies, because again, those are a big area where we have a lot of new medications coming out all the time that, again, it's very challenging for us to keep up with every single thing. But when you have a resource like chemo care to come back to, this is the way that we're going to be able to really treat the person in front of us, being aware of some potential side effects, adverse effects, etc., when it comes to these new medications. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.